In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to use 3 very common prepositions, at, on, and in, when talking about places. Hi, I'm Charlie. Welcome to Organic English. I'm here to help you become more fluent in English. Take a look in the description below. There is a link to a transcript, and you can use that to follow along with this lesson. While you're there, please hit like if you like this video, and hit subscribe if you want to see more. Don't worry, most English learners have problems with prepositions, and that's because they're not logical. They don't make any sense. By the end of this video, you will be able to use the 3 most confusing prepositions, at, on, and in, when talking about places. We'll look at some examples to put these prepositions in context. And at the end, we'll do a small quiz to test your understanding. After the quiz, there's a bonus download, so stick around. Now, you might have seen an earlier lesson of mine, also to do with at, on, and in, but talking about time. And we used a triangle or a pyramid to help you remember how to use these 3 prepositions. I'll put a link in the description below to that video, or there will be a link somewhere up here. Here we're going to use the same triangle to learn at, on, and in, to do with places, not time, okay? Where, not when. So let's see how the triangle works. We take our triangle and divide it into 3 parts. At the top is the point of the triangle. Here we talk about quite specific places, small areas. This is at. We can give a specific address, at 123 Oxford Street. Or when we're talking about a type of shop or store, or the name of the shop or store. For example, at the coffee shop or at Starbucks. Or we can talk about specific places like at the airport, or at the office, or at the library. We can also use at for descriptions of specific places, such as at the end of the street. That's useful when giving directions. Turn right at the end of the street. Now let's go to the bottom of the triangle. Here we have in. In is used for large areas. Large areas such as a city, a state, a country, or a continent. For example, we could say he lives in Tokyo. Houston is in Texas. They live in France. Or he is traveling in Asia. And we could even talk about in the world. For example, it's the biggest volcano in the world. In between at and in, we have on. On we use for a wider area than at, but not as wide as in. On a street, or a highway, or a floor, okay? For example, on Carnaby Street, on Interstate 95, on the 8th floor. Okay, let's check in and see if you've understood and absorbed that. Let's do a little quiz. So before we get started, it's okay to pause the video if you need to think about your answers, okay? Okay, so let's begin. Fill in the gaps. Number 1, blank the airport. What do we say? It should be at the airport. Good. It's a specific location, so it's at. Next, blank Lexington Avenue. On Lexington Avenue. Good job. Number 3, blank the United States. What would you choose for that one? In the United States. Okay, number 4, a very special place, blank home. Okay, home is a specific place, so we say at home. Good. So at the airport, on Lexington Avenue, in the US, and at home. Now let's put these prepositions in context and look at some questions, okay? Number 1, her office is blank the 8th floor. Her office is on the 8th floor. Good. On. Next. Let's meet blank Starbucks. Let's meet at Starbucks. Great job. They live blank Miami now. They live in Miami now. Nice. And finally, he works blank New York blank Wall Street. He works in New York on Wall Street. Excellent work. Good job. Let's go through those again. Her office is on the 8th floor. Let's meet at Starbucks. They live in Miami now. He works in New York on Wall Street. Great. Now check in the description for a link to a copy of the triangle for you to download and keep. So, how did you do on those? Did you get them all right? If so, congratulations. If not, that's okay too. Prepositions are confusing. They just don't make sense. But practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the easier it will become. So don't be discouraged. I hope this triangle will help you remember how to use at, on, and in when talking about places. Use it as a guide. It works for many places. Don't forget to go to organicenglish.club, where you will find courses and resources and other material that's going to help you become more fluent in English. At organicenglish.club, you can also subscribe to my newsletter. Subscribers will get cheat sheets, mini lessons, and video updates direct to their inbox. Thanks for watching. Now go out and practice your English.